Tuesday. If you have not eaten anything today, make sure you go ahead and get some in that stomach, honey, okay? Before we proceed to give you what you need. All right, so I went ahead and took off. So in this live, we're going to be doing a good old feel and removing this design so that we can get ready to do a different design. So I'm going to be going in with my 240 bit and my Delaney nail drill. Here are the nail bits that I use here from off of Shein. I'm going to just go ahead and get started by removing the, um, first I need to remove the jewels. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the jewels with my cuticle nippers. And so I just literally just take off my jewels with my nippers. So take them off. Well, they just pop off, child. And then we're going to do that over here. So when it comes to the chain, I just take a little bit and then I just lift it up. Okay, it really ain't nothing to it but to do it honestly. And it just comes right up, okay? So you can take it off however you choose to take them off, but that's the easiest way that I know how to tell you. And then I just go in, like I said, with my nippers. I'm going to be doing a feel on my ring finger with my Secret acrylic, and then we're using our Kiara Sky monomer and our Savvyland number 10 brush. So we'll just zoom in just a little bit more. So y'all see these nails? Yes, child. It's time. We just did them, but it's time for them to come off already. I want something new. So I'm just nipping them off. And just take your time so that you aren't, like going in and like overly peeling the acrylic or overly peeling your color or whatever. You know you're gonna take it off, but just basically just nip them off, and they just come right off, smooth and everything. Now I'm gonna try to get them off without them popping all over the place. But if they don't come off without popping all over the place, then child, I'm not gonna worry about it. Okay, so you just nip it, and you want to be as careful as you can be because these things are sharp. So be careful, okay? Just make sure you ain't popping them into your eye. You know what I'm saying? So pop them out. Or you could use your drill to get them off. It's solely up to you, honestly. But this is the proper way to get them off. So we'll just do it there. Do it there. That there. That there. I know some of y'all probably was like, she ain't gonna come back on here. I shocked y'all, didn't it? I'm back, child. I just kept looking at these nails. I'm like, no, some gotta give, child. It's just too much. Like, I got so many different colors in one nail. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no, that has to go. So, no worries, though. We're going to, come on, sweetheart. You the only one that's acting up. So we're going to just go ahead and take everything off. Everything is off the nail, so they look like this. I am going to be using my nail form today to form the nail after we take everything off. So I'm going to set my monomer off to the side, and then we're going to just proceed on. Like I said, I'm using my 240 bit from out of my container here. I got off of Shein. You can get 4 of these different drill bits in one from off of Shein, and yeah, so hey. All right. I don't know what stomach book is, but yeah. All right. So you're just going to take your drill bit, and then you want to make sure that you're pinching the sides of your nails so that you can, get into those crevices and such. You don't want to go in with a high drill speed. Go on about maybe 4 or 5, especially if you have like, if you're removing like 3D, if you're removing like 3D designs and such, you want to just try to make sure you go in with a higher speed. So try to go in a clockwise, counterclockwise, but also just get it off, child. If that ain't working, then just drill it however you see fit. But nevertheless, you want to try to go in a nice order like such, okay? And then just get everything off, okay? We're gonna do, like I said, a quick little feel. I don't really need a feel on a lot of my nails, but Stomach Book is a singer. Oh, okay. I don't know who that is. I have to look it up and see what I can do. But I ain't gonna promise nothing, okay? But I have to look it up. But yeah, so just make sure you're getting everything off of there, okay? And like I said, if you go in with a higher speed, than what you need, then you're taking a risk on just, taking a little bit more of the acrylic off than you want. So yeah, that's why I say go in with a nice steady speed. All right. So for this part here, I'm just gonna take it and just go back and forth and back and forth. And you don't want to drill it down so hard to where everything is you know just coming up. Nah, you want to go in with a nice grip and just take everything off. Okay. Then go around the perimeter, make sure everything is nice and right. And ultimately, your nails should look like so. So, should look like that. Okay, so you've taken everything off, and yeah, that's that. So we're gonna go in, and on this nail, I don't know if you all remember, but we had a rose on this nail, and so what I'm gonna do is just make sure I get that off, and then this was like a multicolor nail, so we did like a marble look to it, and then put on a rose. So I'm gonna get that off, okay? So you just want to take your time. If you're doing your nails yourself, or even if you're practicing or beginner, intermediate, doesn't matter what stage you're at, just make sure you're taking your time and you got a nice grip. As you can see, I'm holding my thumb to make sure that this pointer nail is staying nice and firm while I take this off, because if not, then I just run the risk of my nail continuously moving, and we don't want that, okay? So like I said, I'm going to just go in, take my time with taking this off, okay? And then just getting the rest of it off, okay? So like I said, just take your time and go in with a nice steady speed, and you should be fine, okay? Um, and then light strokes, because your drill is going to do everything that you need it to do. Make sure you're turning that nail around. Even you see my pinky, I'm holding my pinky up against this nail, giving it a nice firm grip. Then go in with your drill and just get it off, okay? All right. All right. Now I'm just going in, getting the rest of that off right here in the middle. All right. And so the nail drill that I'm using is from Amazon. Um, it's from Amazon, and it is called Delaney. I got it on Black Friday sale a couple years ago for like 20 something dollars. so yeah. And so we will have to fill this nail in as well, which is okay. All right. Make sure all the color is off. And yeah, we're good. And so the nail should look something like this. Okay? Alright, I'm gonna wipe that off. Let me get my brush out the way because child, I don't want that to be all in my brush. So as you can see, this is a 3D nail. So you want to give it a little bit more. You could take this off with your nippers if you would like. However, I'm just gonna use this drill to get it off this time, okay? So, all right, making sure you're pinching the sides, getting it off nice and right. And that's the beauty of you doing your nails, you'll eventually, if you don't got it now, you'll eventually get it down to where you are taking your nail color or design off so seamless. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say all the time, just give yourself grace. It's going to work out. Okay? And just keep practicing. Keep practicing. For 3D nail designs, especially if you're using your drill, it's going to take a little elbow grease. So then this is where you can go in and give it a little bit more, you know, um, pressure when you are taking the design off. Okay? Make sure you got a nice grip. Put that pinky nail up under there so that you got it nice, firm, and tight and right. Okay? And y'all already know that I keep my nails done. Even if it's just one hand, that one hand gonna be done, honey. Okay? So we're gonna definitely go in with a design as well. Okay? Alright, let me see. We can use a small little bit of acrylic on this nail, the slightest little bit for a feel. So right about in there, we're gonna fill that in. Okay, just wiping my hand off. Already pushed my cuticles back offline, so that's good to go. But I did get some black on my nail right there, so I'm gonna just push the sides down like so. Hi, it's on my thing. So is it Brian? Hi, Brian. Thank you so much for watching. All right, so we just clean it up, go around, make sure everything is good, nice and right and tight, and we're good, okay? Then we're gonna take the last little bit off. I love me, okay? And y'all, I'll tell y'all a little story. When I used to do um, one of my homegirl nails, who I still do her nails when she called me, she like, hey, I'm going out of town. Can you do my nails? I'm like, yeah. We used to work together. Y'all, she used to let me practice on her nails so much. And she did not judge me at all. She used to even try to help me. She like, girl, I watched this video. She'd send me videos. And y'all, we still have a great rapport. So get you some friends that pour into you, that don't dump on you, but pour into you, and that wants to see you succeed, even when they're not in your cheer, you know what I'm saying, or you aren't around, you know what I'm saying, they still thinking of you and you winning, um you know offline. So yeah, so yeah, I used to could not I used to, ooh, wee, child. I done come a long way. That's all I'll say. Okay. So now I'm just getting a nice firm grip with this pinky and then just going around and getting everything else off of there. Okay. And so everything looks like so. Okay. So now, because I'm all up in y'all face, ain't it? There we go. Now we're going to go in and do our fill in. All right. So now you're going to take your handy dandy little brush and brush everything off. I'm going to do that off to the side so that it's not so much on here. But then it should look something like so. You will need your dehydrator and your primer. So I'm going to go in with my Born Pretty dehydrator and primer. And then we're going to just get started, okay? Alrighty, loves. It ain't nothing to it but to do it. All right. I am self-taught, so it makes it that much more special to me. Um, so, yeah. All right. And here is the dehydrator and primer that I'm using. So we're going to start off with our dehydrator. Dehydrate the nails. Okay. I'll go in with the smallest little bit here. So we'll do everything. All right. And then we're going to go in here. And also here. Smallest little bit, okay? And then we're going to go in with our primer. And Born Pretty, you can get this off of Amazon. So I got this off of Amazon. And honestly, this is like my first time trying. This isn't the first set I've used this. This is actually my third set I've used this primer and dehydrator with. But y'all, it's some good stuff. It's some good stuff. I was using me a secret, but I mean, it does well, but I'm gonna say Born Pretty got it. They up there now. They up there now. Hey, Khalees, how you doing? Hope everybody's having a good afternoon, good evening, good night, or morning, midday, wherever you may be in this world, honey. We had Barbados in the building the other day. I said, okay, not the island up in here. So here we go. All right, so now I got this nail form, and I'm going to go ahead and pop that on my nail so that we can go ahead and use this to form our nail back. And so what happened with this nail, I took it off because it was uh, I was looking at it and I'm like, okay, it can be built a little bit better. It wasn't bad, like bad at all. But also, too, it's just like when you see something, like I always tell y'all in my lives when I'm doing press on nails, just go ahead and fix it, child. Okay, just go ahead and fix it. So, beautiful nail, right? But we can just fix it, okay? All right. Thank you so much, Kayla. All right, lovely. So, we got our number 10 brush. Okay, so I'm just dip that, and then I got my acrylic paper towel, at least that's what I call it. Okay, right here. So you need a paper towel, you need you need your covering, then you need your acrylic paper towel. Okay, so I'm gonna be using my Mia Secret. I really like this Mia Secret acrylic powder. You can get this off of Amazon as well. This is their Cover Nude Blush. And this is their 2 ounces. I think I only paid like $14 for this. So nothing too crazy. And as always, I like to tell y'all to start with what? Very small beads for the win. It helps you achieve the same look, and two, you aren't using so much to where it is overpowering the nail. I'm going to go in with the smallest little bead to fill in this little area here. So I'm going to just place that bead right about here. Okay, pat, you want to pat it to the sidewall, to the sidewall, to the sidewall, to the sidewall, and swipe up. Okay, now Don't beat yourself up if at first you can't get this method down. It is okay, honey. It's not the end of the world. You just got to keep practicing. You just have to keep practicing, okay? Trust me, it took me forever. If you go back and look online, please stop, Coda. No. So it took me forever to get this method down and to like really achieve this this aspect of the nail culture, if you will, or whatever. So trust me, you ain't the only one, but one thing I will say is practice pays off and practice makes progression. So hey, you're gonna be good. So we filled that nail right on in, okay? Here we go. We're gonna move on to this nail here. And so we're gonna actually build this nail nice and small. We're gonna start out with the smallest little bead, okay? The smallest little bead here. And then we're gonna fill it in, okay? So I'm gonna go in there, pat, pat, pat. Make sure everything is nice and right. And then we're gonna start just driving it on down, driving it on down. So like so. And so you have it to where you've covered the full nail. Now don't get bent out of shape if at first your first go round you don't get it how I just did it. Trust me, like I said, mine was all bumble jumble. I just showed y'all some nails from when I first started out where they were so thick, child. They were so thick you could break a piece of ice on them. Hey Kayla. Thank you so much, Kayla. Uh so yes, so small beads for the win. You're gonna go in with your acrylic again and use a brush that's fitting to you. If you feel like the size 10 brush is a little too small for you, then you might want to up it to the 12 brush. But again, just use the appropriate tools and methods that are applicable to you, okay? So I'm still going in with the small beads, and as you can see, I'm still achieving staying in the cuticle area, not going over the cuticle area. Um, and we're good, you know what I'm saying? So, and if you shall go over the cuticle area, then just make sure you're wiping that off and continuing on your beautiful journey of achieving the look that you want, okay? Alrighty. So, that being said, we're going to up the ante, and then now I am going to go in with a thicker bead. Okay, a thicker bead, not too much, but something slight like this. And then I'm going to next fill in the tippy top. Okay, all right, so we're patting sidewall to sidewall, sidewall to sidewall, and everything nice and right. And then we are dragging it. Okay, we're dragging it. All right. And so I'm feeling pretty good about how that's looking. And so now I can begin working on my tip here. And so you go in with your brush. You want to make sure that brush is clean. So you're going to see me swipe a few times throughout me applying this acrylic. And that's just for me to make sure that I'm getting everything nice and right. Okay. All right. So I like to go in kind of a few different ways. So this is just one of them. So I go in. If you have to turn the nail, then you have to turn the nail. One thing you can do is make it square and then swatch it back. Pat it from sidewall to sidewall and then swatch it back and then swatch it forward. It's up to you. But I'm just doing the methods that work for me, okay? Preferably, I would say you want to go in with a big enough bead to where it is, covering the entire tip. But again, I'm doing small beads so I can work it up. Hi, Girl Dad. Thank you so much. Y'all make sure I go follow Girl Dad Cooking Up Deliciousness, okay? And yes, y'all make sure I hit that button. Thank you. Yeah, make sure y'all go there and check out Girl Dad's videos, child. If you want to know how to cook and get some good quality food and eat good, you want to go on over there now. You want to go on over there now, honey. All right. All right now. Okay, now. All right. Okay, don't say I ain't tell you so now. So when y'all want recipes, girl, they're deliciousness, okay? Period. All right, we're gonna go in with a small, small bead. All right. So Bucky Bunny, I don't know what that means, Bucky Bunny. But yes, so now we're just going back in with a better bead here. Uh, thank you so much, girl, dad. We're going in with a better bead here, and what I did was I just pretty much added a little bit to the tip, and now I'm just forming it and getting it nice and shaped to how I want it to lay. Okay. And so, like I said, you will have to definitely work your way up to this point here, um, before you just say you got it. And child, sometimes I still be struggling, but I don't give up, okay? We just go in and we fill it in, okay? So now I'm just making my tip, okay? All right, so once that's in there, I'm going to show you all something here in just a second because I'm sure you all can see. So you still can see my nail just a little bit right there. So I'm going to go ahead and fill that in, okay? Yes, you are most welcome, girl, dad. All right. All right. So now I'm going to go in with this little bead here and I'm going to make it be right in the center of this nail, okay? And we're going to pat, 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 swipe, swipe, and then we're going to swatch it forward so that we cover the entire perimeter of what we need to be covered, okay? And then if that still doesn't work, then I'm going to show you a trick to where you can go in with the slightest little bead and you can cover that nail without having to do too much, okay? All right. Gold was going to appear, but it's still hidden. I don't know what that means, Boogie. But it's still hidden. Hey, Baylor. All right. Hey, Baylor. All right, so I'm going to go in with the small bead here because I'm still seeing something right about here, okay? So I'm going to go in right here and we're going to finesse, okay? Finesse. Now, if you are a beginner, I wouldn't suggest you do this. I would say follow all the right steps. But if you're kind of like intermediate, like me, then child, you're going to make it do what the heck you got to do, okay? Period, point, the blank. Okay, period, point the blank. All right, and so like so. So now we got this nail nice and built how we want it to be. Okay, nice and built how we want it to be. Okay, everything is looking good. However, I think I still need to go in with the smallest little bit right here. So I'm seeing something that y'all might not see, and that's the beauty of doing nails. You being the tech and you looking at your art, you know where you need to go in and correct things or make things better. Okay, that may be blinding, not in a literal sense, but may be blinding to the customer eye or your audience that you're speaking to or working with. Okay, so I'll just fill that in one more time, and now I'm pretty satisfied with this look. So of course we're going to shape and drape and do everything nice and tight and right, and then we're going to move on. Okay, so I'm liking that look. Everything is looking nice and neat and clean. So we're gonna go ahead and move on to that middle nail. Okay, so you can see right there where we need to fill that nail in. So sometimes you can see it, clear, or sometimes you might have to look a little harder. Okay, but either way, if you see something, go ahead and fix it. Okay. All right, so we're gonna go in with a small bead like so. And we're going to pop that on that nail. Pat, 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 and swipe. Okay. So you can see that it's filled inside that nail. Okay. All right. We're still gonna go in with one more coat. That way it's fully covered, and we got it nice and right and tight. And then we're gonna move on. Okay. And I do thank y'all so much for the gifts. We are monetized now, so send as many gifts, super chats, super things, super stickers, however many you want, whatever you want to do. But like I always say, a like goes a long way. All right. So now I'm going to go in with the smallest little bead again. I'm going to pat, 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 and swipe. Okay. Nice and clean. Okay. Nice and clean and pristine. Okay. All right. So once you have that down, just make sure everything looking nice and right to your liking, and then we move on. Okay? We move on. Okay? All right. All right. So that's nice and filled in. Okay? All right. Moving on to this nail here. Got just a little bit right here we're going to fill in, and then we're going to keep moving on. Okay? So let me make sure the light is up there so y'all can see. Small bead. I'm gonna go in with a bigger bead than that. And if you get a smaller bead than you want, just go ahead and redip and just go into your acrylic powder and just get a better bead, okay? And sometimes people ask, like I told y'all the story, I used to ask this prominent nail artist on Instagram when I first started doing nails about, um, like what's the ratio that she used and stuff. And one of the realest things she told me was that she couldn't tell me because you would have to practice it. And so that's what I would say to you all. Like just practice. Like you will know what the monomer to acrylic powder ratio is once you practice. It's just one of them things that you definitely have to get your feet wet in. Okay, going in with another small bead. Pat, 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 pat. And y'all, like I said, I am self-taught. So, like I always like to tell y'all, if you want a more professional opinion, please go visit more professional people like maybe RX Nails, who is licensed, um, maybe Nailed by Portia, Nailed by Key, um, yeah, maybe Nails by Dev if that's who you wanna, you know, be inspired by. But yeah, those are some prominent nail artists that are professional and licensed. So yeah, but this is beginner friendly, and I do some pretty good work. So you know, if you're a beginner or intermediate, then this is the video for you. Okay, this is the video for you. All right, so we're gonna go in because we got this little bit to fill in here. So we're gonna go in with the smallest little bead as well. All right, and we just filled that nail in. We're gonna go in with one more small bead, and we're gonna clean up everything, and then we're gonna shape it up real nice and right and get ready for our design. Okay, so just take your time, don't be discouraged. Do not be discouraged. Okay, it's easier said than done. Trust me, I know. But if you want it bad enough, it ain't nothing that you wouldn't do. It ain't no Let the time you wouldn't spend, it's literally nothing that nobody can tell you that, would make you want to give up. So just take your time, sweet things. You got this, okay? All right, so I'm just going in with my second coat. All right, and we got a nice filled in nail, okay? So we're gonna let that do what it does, and then we're going to, um, so what you're seeing me do is just make sure I don't have anything over that smile line, and everything is pretty much looking nice and right. So we're good there. Um, so once everything is set, we're gonna go ahead and I will not be encapsulating these nails. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with one more coat at that cuticle to make sure everything is nice and firm and gripped on the middle nail. And then we're going to, actually, no, I'm not. It looks good. I'm not going to overdo it, okay? So make sure that brush is nice and clean. I like to make sure I spread my brush, make sure I get everything out in the monomer, and then spread it out on the paper towel, and then just wipe. But to each their own, and then your brush should look good as new, ready for the next time you're ready to apply acrylic. So that's that, okay? As always, cover your acrylic powder so that you don't get shillings in there. That was something that I had to learn throughout the process because, whoo, Lord Jesus, will shells get in there? All right, make sure you're pinching your nails, get them nice and right. And so they are shaped, okay? All right, so now, here we go. Now we are going to take our handy dandy file and we're going to just clean up everything. Everything is nice and hard. Hold on, y'all. All right. So now y'all should be able to hear me. Now y'all should be able to hear me a little bit better. So now I'm going in. Make sure you got a firm grip, okay? Now I'm going in and just fixing everything here, counterclockwise, clockwise. Just make sure everything is nice and smooth. Okay, that field is looking filled in, and everything is looking nice and right. Okay, I'm on a speed of about 3 right now, so I'm not going too fast. I'm literally going at a slow speed so that everything is not being taken off of my nail. Okay, all right. Here is our pinky nail. All right. So now this one is still setting. This one is still setting. This one is still setting. All right, so we're gonna let these set for a little minute. But in the meantime, in between time, I'll show you all what colors we are going to be working with. So we have a slew of colors. So we're going to be using all Beetles, um, YouTube. I'm using Beetles. Let me tell you exactly. Fancy Pop Gel Polish CL553. So I had to let YouTube know so they can tag it for me. Sometimes they tag it, sometimes they don't. So anyway, so we're going to be using orange, yellow, blue, green, and this dark blue. So we're going to be doing a sunset vibe because I just really like that sunset set that we did the other day. And if you are not familiar with the set, then I'll show you all what it's looking like a little bit after this video. After I'm done, and then yeah, we'll go from there. But yeah, so we're gonna do some sunset vibes and go from there. All right. just cleaning everything up, like I said, and just making it nice and neat. Okay. All right. And so, what I would say is, if you don't want to start out using like Mia Secret or anything, start out using Model Ones. It's a good practicing acrylic powder. I don't use it anymore just because I found my brand that I like, and I got a few of them. But the one that I highly use over and over that you all see me use is Mia Secret, this nude blush color. But I like Dynamic. I like Valentino. I like Honey Fam. I like I like a few of them. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, fixed it. Go in with the smallest little coat and fix that part right there. Make sure you're pinching the sides. Alright. And just make sure you're focused. Don't try to rush anything. It's all gonna come together how you want it to. As long as you're taking your time, hey, you're gonna be alright. And oh yeah, I still like forgot y'all. We still gonna use my non-dominant hand. Yeah, I know I like to show y'all the struggle. Be real with that non-dominant hand, child. This left hand. Ooh, we be struggling, but we get it done. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Mariah. Praise the Lord. Shabbat. Whatever they say. Y'all get it. Okay. Period. Point the blank, child. Period. Point the blank. Alright. Thank y'all so much for the hearts, son. Alright, so once this done, once you got everything nice and neat, you move on. Alright, move on, okay? You didn't need to go back and feel that after all. Alright, alright. Now, I'm just looking for my cuticle oil right now. So we can go in and buff the nails. Okay. And to each their own, you know, to each their own. Before we do that, we actually need to file these nails and shape them up first, and then we can do all of it. Alright, so I'm going in with my 180 file. And just file and shape the nails, child. Nice firm grip. Here right under there and go straight on the side, straight on the side. Get it nice and pointed to however you want. It's up to you. Go around the nail, around the cuticle. Okay? Sitting up in my room, can't stop thinking about you. I'm such a mess. That's how we're looking. Okay. Oh Lord, please don't fall. I got these little buffers off of Shein in a set. I want to say a 50 or so for like $2. So so now I'm gonna go wash the nails. This is what the nails look like. So now I'm gonna go wash the nails. Nothing too thick. Everything nice and right, straight. Okay, pointing round. Okay. All right, so I'm gonna go wash my hands real quick. I'm gonna use my brush. It'll be really, really quick now. So I'm gonna use my brush and brush them off, and then we're gonna come in and do the design. Where we at? About 52 minutes. All right. Yes, I wipe my brush off too. Here they go. Okay. All right, so let us get down to business. Let's get down. Let's get down to business. Uh huh. All right. So we're gonna do a base coat of our meter cross 817 on my pinky, on my ring, on my pointer, and on my thumb. So, looks like so. Okay. Stop licking, dude, but I don't know why you be licking that couch. Ain't nothing on it. It's only it's feeding time. Alright, so now I'm just making sure I get those, and I'm over, you know, work my cuticles with the doggone color child. So I'm just getting really close and then I spread, okay? Really close and then I spread, okay? Stop, Coda. Alright. Next, we're going to move on to my ring finger. And I got this meter cross in a set of 6 from off of Amazon. From off of Shein for about $3. So, no. Alright. So, hopefully I got some cleaning up to do on this side, child. Oh, and this is an extension polish, so yeah. If it looks extension-y, it's because it is. It is. It is. Okay. Alright, now we got 2 lives in one day of doing nails. Shout out to me. The gang's all here. Alright, we're gonna clean this up, and if you have to clean up anything, just go ahead and clean it up, child. It's okay. Alright. Then we're gonna put this on our nail, and we will be going in with 2 coats of this, okay? 2 coats. Alright. Once this on there, we're gonna pop it in the nail lamp for about 70 seconds. And then we're gonna move on. Actually, all of these will get this color, and then we'll just go in with, no, it's not all of them. Yeah. Alright, so anywho, moving on. Alright, so now I'm going to clean up my cuticles with my handy dandy tool here with a little bit of acetone. These tools are really help, and they come in handy, especially getting into those tight crevices around the perimeter of your nail, cuticle area, and all of it. So let's get down to business. Alright, so that's how it looks right now. So we're gonna go in with a cure on about 70, and then we're gonna move on. So you will need a good old liner brush, dotting tool, and a liner brush, dotting tool, and a molding, because I'm also going to do me a 3D flower as well. Okay, so you need all of these. All right, so you'll need that, and then you can, if you need something to keep your tools in, I got this from out of Dollar Tree, so just check your local Dollar Tree to see if they have something like this. It's usually in the same area as your nail items are. However, if you check the school supply aisle, they might be down there. But I got mine from off of my nail aisle. Alright, so now that we're done with this, we're going to put the brush away for now, and then we're going, oh shoot, shooty patootie with the Rudy. Alright, here we go. Okay, let me move this rug out the way, because this rug one been made me upset. Alright, so here we go. Going in with our second coat. Let's get down to business. Uh-huh. Coda. Cause Loretta loves Jimmy too. Alright, we're going in with this second coat here, and then we're gonna go in with our second coat on the thumb. Cure it one more time, and then it's time to do our design. Okay, I will be doing French tips. Okay, French tips on the nails. So we're gonna have a French tip yellow. We're gonna have a French tip blue. And then we're gonna go in with our 3D gel so that we can fix it up, okay? Alright, so this is how they're looking, all gummy and luscious like me. Oh, I'm all moving on. Okay, there we go. Cleaning up those roundabouts and areas and stuff and things. Alright, which it ain't much this go round. I like that. I like that. I said I like it like that. Alright. And then we're gonna do this last one right here. And then we're gonna pop it in the lamp. Okay? Alright. I'm gonna let that cure and do what it does. Okay? Now, you're gonna need your palette for this next part because you're going to definitely be using your you're going to be dipping different colors. So I'm going to start off with this yellow, putting that on my palette. Don't need much, but you need enough. Okay? Because you can fill in as you go. Okay? Alright. And then you're going to need your blue. Whatever blue you choose to do, this is the blue you're going to go with. Okay? Alright, your blue. Hey, hon. And then, huh? Mm-hmm. He gotta eat. Doodle boy gotta eat. Alright, so now you're going to take your liner brush. We're going to line it. I'm going to do my my pinky yellow, okay? And you're just going to take your time. Huh? Mm-mm. Well, an hour. Wait, no. Alright, the lotion came too. Alright. So we're going to go here. Fill this in. And this will not be a hard, this won't be a hard design to do at all. gonna fill the rest in with my liner brush. All right, that's our French tip, our yellow. Okay, next one is going to be so we're gonna do a French yellow, just a little bit though, and then I'm gonna make this one a little bit lower. Okay. So I'm gonna put a little bit of yellow, and then we're gonna put a little bit of blue. Okay. Alright. We got our yellow. Yellow. Blue. I think I'm gonna go darker blue, actually. And then I'm gonna see if this is gonna look right, and then if not, then we're going to balloon this nail. We're gonna add a little green. Alright. So now I'm just swatching everything back and forth to give it this kind of like beachy look. Okay. Alright. And then once you're satisfied with how the look is looking, then you just cure it. However, I'm going to fix this part right here. It's a little lower than what I needed it to be. So. Alright, and so we're gonna get us a, I can dip it in there and then Now we're going to wipe this off and then just fix this French tip. Let me see if I like that. It's different. It's different. So we're going to go with that. I like different though. I like different. Alright. So once you're satisfied with that look, well, we move on. Alright. Now, this is where we get into the shade of it all. So we're gonna bloom this nail. We're gonna do, oh my gosh. It's all good. Let's go. Like so. And then just put it in. I'm not gonna stop. I'm just gonna keep going. Can't stop, won't stop. Alright. So here we go. I can't believe I just did that. Okay, so that's how that is looking. So it don't look like much right now, but it's gonna look like everything in just a second. So now I'm going to take my bloom polish and then I'm gonna add orange, yellow, green, and blue on here, okay? First, let me go ahead and cure these, cause child, if I don't, I'm probably gonna do that again. So I'm gonna be going in with my Exage bloom that we used earlier for our nail set. Does this polish require a lamp? Yes, it does require a lamp. Yes, it does. And thank you for joining us, Moto. Hi, Amanda. Yes. But however, if you want to use a flash cure, you can use that. I have this as well. It might work for you, but if I'm doing my nails, then I just go ahead and just pop them in a lamp, just easier. You just get out, get everything done at once. But you can use your handheld lamp if that works for you. So we're gonna go in with our Exage Blossom Polish, and then we're going to do a nice little sunset. Okay, nice little sunset. So I'm gonna go in with orange. All right. So now we're gonna go in with our blossom polish. I don't know how this gonna look, y'all. I'm just trying different colors. Okay, but we're finna see. We're finna see. We're finna see. Alright. So now we're gonna go in with some orange. Then some yellow. Then some green and then some blue. Go in. I'm gonna have to do another side of the yellow because I can't be mixing my bloom. Green. And blue. And this is a different color blue, so I'm gonna go in with this blue right here that we used, or purple, whatever you want to call it. I might even add in that white blue. Just cause. Alright, here we go. So take your handy dandy tool, start with the once you got all your colors on there, go ahead and start either merging them or swiping them like so, or whatever you want to do to see your, oh shoot, see your colors come out like you want them to, okay? Maybe a nice little sunset vibe. Go in with just a little more orange. Make sure we setting the tone. And so I'm only going in with one coat of this. Okay, so you want to go in with two coats, by all means, they're your nails. Do whatever feel like to you. But I'm only going in with one coat of this. And as long as the orange is showing up like I need it to, then I'm okay with it. Alright, so let's clean this up. That's the vibe, okay? Alright, I'm liking that. Ooh, this gonna be cute. Alright, let's go ahead and cure that, because if not, I'm just gonna mess it up and then my bloom is gonna be not so bloomy. Alright, then we're gonna go in with the second coat of everything. This my thumb will be yellow, and then my pointer finger will be a blue French tip. So yellow French tip for the thumb, blue French tip for the pointer finger. Okay. Alrighty, y'all. Y'all feeling it so far? Y'all like, oh, let me see. I could probably see a lot of y'all saying, oh, girl, you gotta see what this finna give. It's finna give. We finding it. We finding it. Okay. But that's the beauty of doing your own nails, you know. You can mix and play all day and slay and lay as much as you want, okay? Coming up on 20 seconds, and then we're coming out of the nail lamp. Make sure you have a nice little file buffer around so you can buff those nails after you know, acrylic them if that's what you want to do. We're going to also use this, and then we're going to also be using this again. Hold on, let me show you. Where is it? Why is my 3D nail? I'll show y'all in just a second. But it's essentially my 3D nail. What's it called? So, anywho, moving on. Alright, so I'm going to do this lighter blue. I'm going to do this blue here. And we'll do this yellow here. Don't worry, I'm going to French them. Just trying to not prolong this live any longer than it has to be when I can just do everything I need to do right now. Alright, so I'm gonna go in and French this nail here. And then if you have to take anything off, go ahead and take it off. Okay, just go ahead and take it off, okay? Like I know I'm gonna have to go in and fix that smile line. But hey, that's just what we gotta do. Alright, and then this nail will be 3D'd with a flower, okay? Finna grill again, babe? Finna grill again? Oh. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. And then we're gonna cure it. Okay? I feel good about it. I feel good all over. Alright. Alright. So there's that one. Let me see. Let me make sure they look right. Dude. No. My dude. Alright, now I'm just Frenching this nail here. It's way lower than what I want it to be. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that off. I don't even have to go there. That's about as far as I want it to go. You said it stink? Oh. crispy. Alright, here we go. Alright, now once I fix this little part, I promise y'all it's gonna move on. Alright, here is the yellow French tip. There's the yellow French tip. Finally. Ooh, child. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work, honey. I'm just getting all of this off of my skin. Alright, so yep. Shit! If it ain't one thing, it's another. Jesus. Let me get rid of it. Now I'm getting flustered. I ain't gonna stop though, y'all. I'm dang gonna show getting flustered. You hear me? This stuff is enough more than an ocean. Come on, then my brush is acting all weird. Oh my god. Alright, we didn't have to do a whole lot there. So let's do it. Damn. This is slowing me down. I'm not gonna use my other brush. I'm like about to toss it. Alright, here we go. We gonna work with that. Okay? Let me go ahead and cure it, child. Sorry, I'm carrying so much with y'all. I see I'm struggling and straining. But we ain't giving up though. Alright. So now I'm gonna go in with a second coat. Now you need to have some black for your palm tree. Okay? Whatever black you want to use, up to you. This is the black I'm using, Burano mixed with Nor black and white. And then I have my Burano black. Hi, Miss Tara. Good evening. We made it to evening together. Alright. So I'm going to go in with a second coat in just a second. But child, let's go ahead and slay the nails, child. Okay. Alright. 25 seconds on there. I will use my palette, okay? And I'll be just dipping my black into this black, okay? So I really like this brush, but this brush sometimes be tripping. Like y'all can see, it's already curved or whatever, but it's not frayed. It's not frayed. So I do like that part about it. So someone was telling me earlier to just make sure that it's nice and bent, and then we'll go from there. Okay. Alright, so I do have to go in with the second coat of the yellow, green, and blue so that this side can look like this side. So start with the blue at the base, and then we'll go in with the green, and then we'll go in with the yellow. And you can use whatever shade of colors you want to use. These are just the ones that I picked up. So, and then we're going to go in with our yellow. So we're not going to go over that smile line. Cool child. Alright, here we go. So now I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. Make it nice and right however you like it. Okay, if you're good with what it's looking like, just go ahead and cure it, and then we're gonna move on. Okay, because at the end of the day, this is what your palm trees will be sitting on anyway. You just need the background. Okay, here we go. See how we flowing now? Once you get everything nice and how you want it, it just rolls on by. Ooh, child, I'm so glad I'm almost done with this part. you got that down and on there, move on to your blue. Okay, move on to your blue. Huh? Go eat, dude. I know you hungry. Better go eat that food, boy. Alright. Mm-hmm. Put some more peroxide on it too. And then I'll ooh yeah, he gone ooh child. You about kick you in face if you try to do that sugar. I'm hollering. Yes, exactly. That's exactly what he gonna do. Alright, y'all. So here are the nails. And then we're gonna go in with our design now. Okay? Sure do appreciate y'all for being here with me. Could be anywhere in the world, but what? Y'all here with me. Alright, now the next part is pretty easy. So you can put your colors away because we're done with that part. Now you just need to bring out your black. Okay? Now you need to bring out your black. And if you aren't afraid to use a lot of colors or do a lot of colors on your nails, then this is the perfect design for you. However, if you know, are not, then do it more simpler. However, you might want to try to use you might want to use the design instead of using all the colors that we're going to do. So then I'm going to pull out this palette here. Also, too, I'm going to be going in with my 3D nail art gel glue. Is it something behind here, baby? Never mind, it's not. Oh, here it is, right here. So we're gonna go in with some of this and make a flower, same as we did with these nails right here that you see on our live earlier. And yeah, we're gonna get it on and popping. All right, here we go. All right, so cold out there though, ain't nobody. You ain't cold. I'm cold. Huh? Oh. Alright, so now we're going to be going in with our black Urano, and I'm just going to be doing like a nice little palm tree, nothing too crazy. However, I am going to do just a little bit of black at the tip for like a base look or whatever, like so. And then from there, we're going to extend that nail. Alright. However you want to do your palm trees, how you do your palm tree. Child, this is how I'm gonna do mine. Here's my little palm tree. Okay. I'm gonna thicken that branch though, just a little bit. Okay. So what you're gonna do is take the black, go back over the same line that you created and just straighten it out, make it thicker. Okay? So it should look something like that. Okay? Alright. We're gonna do the same thing. Hoocha on this nail. Okay? However, we're gonna do a small palm tree right here and then we're gonna do some birds. Actually, we're gonna do some birds up here and then like a small palm tree right there. Huh? Nothing. Uh, oh, cat in the window. Come on, get out the way, bud. Mosquito done got in here. Alright, I'm gonna cure that and then we're gonna go in with our 3D flower. Gonna go in with your small little balls like this so that you can make your flower. So not too big of a ball, something small like this, okay? So make sure you have a sculpting tool. Okay. So now I'm gonna take my tool like so. And you're just going to flatten it out to your liking, get a nice point. And yeah, it's simply about it. So, as I told y'all in our live earlier, I sat there and practiced and practiced and practiced off live the other day. And hopefully we've gotten it nice and right this time, okay? So I'm gonna curve that one just a little bit. Nice and flat, open it up, okay? And get it nice and to your liking as you like, okay? You don't need a whole lot, a little goes a long way. Bless you. Alright. So once you're satisfied with how it's looking, just go ahead and cure it. Okay. Yeah, this is my second time doing this. And hopefully I got it right, just like we did earlier. Yay, confetti. Alright, so this side is looking so far. Yeah, we gonna make it work. Alright, so just put that in there. Alrighty, and then for our pinky nail, nothing. For our thumbnail, nothing as well. Well, I guess we could do some little drips for the sign. I will pay $100. I know that's right. I be trying, girl. I be trying. That make me feel good to know that you will pay me that much, honey. It really does. Alrighty, so now I'm gonna go in with some orange. Take the orange. And we're gonna paint our flower. go all the way down and cover the entire perimeter of that nail, okay? Or of that flower or design that you're doing, okay? Maybe you up for a long time? Babe, you up for a long time? Yeah. Not you done burnt your stuff. Alright. So here's our flower. I don't like that petal over here, but we're gonna make it work. And it's gonna look cute. It's gonna look cute. Alright, so I'm gonna take my handy dandy brush. What's going on here? Oh. Do you want to come off or stay on? What are we doing? Oh, hold on. Not me wasting the nails. Okay, so here we go. So now I'm just cleaning up everything. Bro, what are you doing? You want to come off or on? Alright. So with the second coat, I'll go in with a little bit of white. And then, do it how we did it earlier with our handy dandy um, nails that you see here. I hope y'all can see them. So once you have everything nice and how you like it, go ahead and cure the nails, and then we move on. So it's looking like that so far. You could flash cure it however you want to do it. It's up to you. Now I'm going to take a few of these little balls and I'm going to stick them on my nail. And then go from there. Actually, I do this with this right here. So go in with a second coat. Then we're gonna go in with some more white, and like I said, we're gonna line it out, make it cute, nice and fun, and then we're going to add the jewels to the middle, and then our little dots to the end. The pinky nail, that being the end. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop this out of the nail lamp, and then we're gonna keep moving on. And don't be beating yourself up if it's not looking how you want it to look the first time, second time, or even the third time. It will. It'll get there. You just gotta keep practicing. Y'all see me actually putting this thing on my nail, and y'all know I don't only got it. I just got it today. Today. Okay. So don't beat yourself up. Just keep swimming. Okay. And while this is wet, this is where I'm going to go in with that white. And we're going to give this a nice clean look. What is this thing doing? Like, do you want to be on here or not? I'm confused. So confused. I don't know what's going on with it. So whatever. Alright, so now I'm just taking my handy dandy tool, just cleaning everything up, making sure I don't have any extra orange on the blue. Okay, or on the outskirts of the nail. I'll go in there. Then now I'm going to take my white. Alright. Once you're satisfied with that look, then you can move on. I'm also going to go in with some black polka dots. I like little dots just to make it look nice and right as well. Alright. Cool, cool, cool. So that's how it's looking. Okay. Make sure I ain't mess up nothing. Alrighty. Now we're gonna go in with our jewels. That being these little gold ones we used earlier. Put them in the middle. And we're gonna move on. I know it take a little time, y'all. But you can do it, y'all. You can do it. Take your time. You can do it tonight. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to take my rhinestone glue. Not only are we going to add our jewels, we're going to add our little watermarks to our pinky nail as well. And then we're going to go from there. I think so. You going to stay up with me? Aw. Love you, hon. Just asking Sugar if she going to stay up with me. She said she going to stay up with me. Alrighty, love bugs. We're going to place our jewels in there, do our little black dots, and then we're going to move on. Okay? You've been working so hard, and that's a fact, yeah. Put one more in there. So it look like this. Okay. Actually, we just gonna flash cue this right here. So I'm satisfied with how this is looking. placement is all wrong. Alright, so here we go. Take that off and start again. I don't know if I'm liking it, y'all. We're gonna see how it look all over. I'm gonna try to make it work. Forever. I think I'm gonna go with this look right here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with this look here. Okay. Y'all like that? Let me see. Okay. We can work with it. We finding it. We'll work with it, okay? We'll work with it. It ain't ideal, but it's different. Okay? It is what it is. We gonna rock with it. I wanna rock with you, dance you through the feel the beat of love. Y'all going to see the Michael Jackson movie or no? Now we're going to go in and add our little drops, okay? And I know I didn't go in with the second coat of the what's it called, palm tree. But y'all get what it's looking like. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long tonight. I already held y'all about 2 hours. rock the night away. Feel that beat. Shit. Fudge bar. Messing me up, girl. Get off of there. Get your ass off. Dang gummit. Alright, go back in. OMG. It's the little loopity loop. Here we go, loopity loop. Here we go, loopity loop. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Here we go. Right here. Let me go ahead and cure this child. Here we go, loopity loop. And here we go, loopity loop. Alright, that's cool. Then we do placement right there. Bless you. Bless you, hon. Welcome. Hi, Baylor. Thank you so much. Hi, Amanda. Hi, Miss. Oh, I already saw that. But thank you so much, Miss Tara. I ain't say thank you. Alright, y'all. So this is how the nails are looking so far. Okay. Here are the nails. Okay. Sunny side up on a Tuesday. Coming through on the beach. And we slayed away. I just made that up. But y'all like them? One more like. Give me 60 likes. Y'all like them? You feeling it? You finding it? So here are the nails. I'm going to go in with the second coat offline because like I said, I've been on here too long. Yeah, I've been holding y'all too long, but y'all have been such a great audience. I really appreciate when y'all engage with me and stuff and things and, you know, let me know how I did and stuff and things. Hope y'all like it. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will be back tomorrow for some more press-on nails. As always, trust yourself, trust your process. You can do all things you put your mind to, and definitely with God. Manifest, keep practicing, always pray. Okay, I'm out of here, and this is the slay of today. We did a nice good old feel, and we went in with some color. Ka-ching, ka-ching, bling, bling, bling. Don't get no better than that. Okay, y'all, I'm about this thing. I got to go. Talk to y'all later. Much love. Bye.